After 70, your health doesn't announce itself with alarms. It reveals itself quietly every single day, in how you rise from bed, in how steady your steps feel, in how long it takes to catch your breath, in how quickly you recover from the smallest effort. These moments are not just aging. They are daily biological signals, honest, precise, and deeply revealing. If you know how to read them, you don't just learn about your health. You learn how your body is truly coping with time. After the age of 70, health no longer hides behind dramatic events alone. It reveals itself daily, quietly, through ordinary moments that feel almost too small to matter. A pause before standing, a breath taken a little deeper than before, a morning that begins slower than it once did. These moments are not random. They are expressions of how the body is managing the passage of time, how well its systems are cooperating, and how resilient its inner balance remains. Past 70, the body becomes less forgiving, but also more honest. It tells the truth every day, if we are willing to listen. Aging at this stage is not a single process. It is the combined behavior of trillions of cells responding to years of use, repair, stress, nourishment, and neglect. Each day becomes a small experiment in biology. How you wake up, how you move, how you recover, how you feel emotionally and mentally, these are not just habits or moods. They are indicators. They reflect the state of circulation, the efficiency of energy production, the integrity of nerves and muscles, and the balance of hormones and immune signals that quietly regulate life. One of the most revealing daily signs after 70 is how the body transitions from rest to movement. Rising from bed in the morning is no longer automatic. The ease or difficulty of that transition tells a detailed story. When joints feel stiff but loosen with gentle movement, it often reflects aging connective tissue that still responds to circulation and motion. When stiffness remains persistent and painful, it may signal chronic inflammation or reduced joint lubrication. When dizziness appears upon standing, the cardiovascular system may be struggling to regulate blood pressure efficiently. These early moments of the day offer insight into vascular health, nervous system reflexes, and hydration status, all before a single step is taken. Energy patterns throughout the day also speak clearly. At 70 and beyond, energy is less about bursts and more about stability. A healthy system maintains a relatively even flow of vitality with predictable dips and recoveries. When energy crashes appear suddenly, when fatigue arrives without exertion, or when rest no longer restores alertness, it often points to deeper biological strain. Mitochondria, the structures within cells responsible for producing energy, become more sensitive to inflammation, nutrient availability, and oxygen delivery with age. Daily exhaustion is not merely a sign of getting older. It is often a sign that cellular energy systems are under stress. Walking becomes another daily assessment, not how fast one walks, but how confidently. The rhythm of steps, the width of stance, the subtle adjustments made to maintain balance all reveal how well the nervous system is integrating sensory information. Vision, inner ear function, muscle strength, and nerve conduction must coordinate seamlessly for stable movement. After 70, small disruptions in this coordination appear first as hesitation, caution, or the need to watch one's feet. These are not just habits, they are adaptations. They indicate how well the brain is processing spatial information and how responsive the muscles remain to its commands. Grip strength is another quiet marker. Opening a jar, holding a cup, turning a key, these simple actions rely on muscle fibers, nerve signals, and joint integrity. Research consistently shows that grip strength correlates strongly with overall health, mobility, and even longevity. When grip weakens noticeably, it often reflects broader muscle loss and declining neuromuscular efficiency. Muscle tissue is not only for movement, it plays a critical role in glucose regulation, metabolic stability, and immune function. A weakening grip can be the hand's way of revealing systemic change. Breathing patterns offer further clues. Healthy breathing at rest is smooth, deep, and relatively quiet. Shortness of breath during simple activities, frequent sighing, or shallow breathing may suggest reduced lung elasticity, weakened respiratory muscles, or cardiovascular limitations. The lungs and heart work together to deliver oxygen to tissues. When daily breathing feels labored, it is often because this partnership is becoming less efficient. Breath becomes a messenger, reflecting how well oxygen is being transported and utilized throughout the body. Sleep, too, becomes a nightly report on health. After 70, sleep architecture changes, but restorative sleep remains essential. When sleep feels fragmented, when waking occurs repeatedly without clear cause, or when mornings begin with fatigue rather than renewal. It suggests disruption in hormonal rhythms, nervous system regulation, or inflammatory balance. Sleep is when the brain clears metabolic waste, when immune function recalibrates, and when tissues repair microscopic damage. Poor sleep is not just a nighttime inconvenience, it echoes through every system the following day. Cognitive clarity during ordinary tasks reveals much as well. Remembering names, following conversations, organizing simple plans, these daily mental activities depend on blood flow, glucose regulation, and synaptic communication within the brain. Occasional forgetfulness is human, but consistent difficulty concentrating or processing information often signals that the brain's environment has become less supportive. Vascular health, insulin sensitivity, and chronic stress all influence cognitive function. The brain reflects the body's internal conditions with remarkable sensitivity. Mood and emotional tone provide equally important information. After 70, emotional shifts are often attributed solely to life circumstances, but biology plays a significant role. Neurotransmitters that regulate motivation, pleasure, and calm rely on adequate nutrition, physical activity, and balanced hormones. Persistent low mood, apathy, or irritability can indicate inflammatory processes affecting brain chemistry or reduced exposure to stimulating experiences. Emotional flatness is not simply psychological, it often mirrors physiological imbalance. Digestive comfort is another daily indicator. Appetite, digestion, and regularity reflect the health of the gastrointestinal system, which is deeply connected to immunity and nutrient absorption. With age, changes in gut motility, enzyme production, and microbiome composition become more pronounced. Daily bloating, discomfort, or loss of appetite may lead to subtle nutrient deficiencies that affect muscle strength, bone density, and cognitive clarity. The gut speaks daily, often softly, but consistently. Skin and healing responses offer visible evidence of internal health. Bruises that appear easily, cuts that heal slowly, or skin that feels fragile can indicate reduced collagen production, impaired circulation, or weakened immune response. The skin is an organ that mirrors the integrity of connective tissue and vascular supply. Its daily condition reflects how well nutrients and oxygen are reaching the body's outermost layers. Pain patterns also evolve after 70. Occasional discomfort is expected, but daily pain that limits movement signals deeper issues. Chronic pain alters posture, restricts activity, and disrupts sleep, creating a cycle that accelerates decline. Pain often arises from joint degeneration, muscle imbalance, or nerve sensitivity, but it is also amplified by inflammation and reduced recovery capacity. Daily pain is a signal that the body's repair mechanisms are struggling to keep pace. Perhaps one of the most telling daily signs is recovery. How long it takes to feel normal again after exertion, emotional stress, or minor illness reveals overall resilience. In earlier decades, recovery is swift. After 70, it naturally slows, but excessive delay indicates compromised adaptability. The body's ability to return to equilibrium depends on coordinated responses from the nervous, endocrine, and immune systems. Slow recovery suggests that this coordination is weakening. Hydration awareness becomes increasingly important as well. Thirst perception diminishes with age, yet fluid balance remains critical for circulation, cognition, and joint lubrication. Daily signs such as dry mouth, dizziness, or concentrated urine can reveal chronic mild dehydration, which subtly strains the kidneys and cardiovascular system. The body signals imbalance through these small cues long before severe consequences arise. Posture during daily activities also communicates health status. A gradual forward tilt of the head, rounded shoulders, or stoop stance reflects changes in muscle strength, spinal alignment, and bone density. Posture is not merely appearance, it affects breathing capacity, balance, and confidence. Daily posture patterns reveal how well the musculoskeletal system is supporting the body against gravity. Social engagement or the gradual withdrawal from it can be another sign. While often viewed as emotional or psychological, social withdrawal frequently follows physical changes, fatigue, hearing difficulty, mobility concerns, or cognitive strain. Isolation, in turn, accelerates decline by reducing mental stimulation and physical movement. The body and mind exist in continuous dialogue with the environment, and daily interaction patterns reveal how open or constrained that dialogue has become. Even the way one perceives time can reflect health. When days feel overwhelmingly long or unusually empty, it may signal reduced mental engagement or emotional vitality. When days feel manageable and structured, it often reflects better cognitive and emotional balance. Time perception is shaped by neural activity and emotional tone, offering subtle insight into brain health. At 70 and beyond, health is no longer defined by absence of disease alone. It is revealed through function, adaptability, and daily experience. The body becomes a living journal, recording its condition in movement, energy, mood, and recovery. These signs are not meant to provoke fear. They are invitations to awareness. They offer guidance without judgment. There is a quiet dignity in learning to read these signals. It shifts the relationship with aging from resistance to understanding. Scientific curiosity replaces anxiety. Each daily sign becomes information rather than a verdict. This perspective fosters compassion toward the body, recognizing that it has carried life through decades of effort and exposure. Listening does not require perfection. It requires attention. Small adjustments, movement, nourishment, rest, connection influence biological systems even in later years. The body retains its capacity to respond, to adapt, to stabilize. Aging does not erase this capacity, it simply demands respect for it. After 70, the body does not hide the truth. It offers it gently, day after day, through movement, energy, rest, and recovery. When we stop dismissing these signals and start understanding them, aging becomes less frightening and more meaningful. Not a loss of control, but a deeper form of awareness. If this talk helped you see your body with more clarity and respect, stay with us. Subscribe to the channel for thoughtful, science-based conversations about aging, longevity, and real health, free from fear, hype, or false promises. And if someone you care about is over 70, share this message with them. Awareness, when shared, becomes a form of care. Thank you for listening.